Namaste viewers, welcome to Gnanadevula channel. Today we'll go through one of the concepts in Jain philosophy. The concept is that the Jivas, the life has been divided into 5 categories depending upon their sense organs, depending upon the development of their sense organs. One is called as Ekendriya, Dwiindriya, 3 sensed organs, 4 sensed organs and 5 sensed organs. In this video we will go through the Dwiindriya, 2 sensed beings having 2 senses in Jain philosophy. But before we go to the details, I request you to please like, share and then subscribe to my channel. Now, Jainism, Dwiindriya, Dvi means 2, Indriya means senses. There are living entities that possess 2 sense organs. That is touch and taste. These 2 are the sense organs they are capable of, and other 3, seeing or hearing, those things are not there. These beings, these living entities have a slightly more advanced stage of perception when you compare to the Ekendriya, one-sensed beings. But their interaction with the world is very limited because only these 2 sense, they can interact with the world with only these 2 sense organs. What are the characteristics of Dwiindriya? One is they can feel the touch like one-sensed beings, and experience taste, the second one, allowing them to respond to their environment in a more refined, more advanced way. One is touch and the other one is taste. Of course, they lack the ability to see, hear or smell, meaning their awareness is still basic, in this basic state. Of course, their movement is very minimal. They exhibit very minimal movement compared to higher life forms, but are still more active than one-sensed beings. This is Dwiindriya Jeevas. So now examples of Dwiindriya, conches, mollusks, oysters and other similar life forms, that is shell creatures and certain types of worms. They cannot see, they cannot smell, they cannot hear, but can respond to touch and taste. If you touch them, they start moving around. There are some worms like this. These 2 are maybe there are many more. So what is the thought of Jains? What of the Jain philosophy? What does it say about these things? Jainism is basically on not harming any beings. So they consider harming these beings also, though it is less severe than harming beings that have more senses, but is still considered as Ahimsa. They consider this as a violence. Whichever Jiva, they Ahimsa Paramo Dharmaha. They say that they should not harm these. So the monks who follow this tradition in the Jain philosophy take care to avoid the very minimum violence. There are absolutely no violence at all. Avoid stepping on worms or harming shell creatures. So it emphasizes their commitment to Ahimsa, that non-violence. This is the extreme way of non-violence. Even some common followers, like ordinary men, are also encouraged to ensure that they harm to the least extent. They minimize the harm to these beings by living a style with some kind of mindful eating. avoiding unnecessary destruction of natural habitats, and consuming only plant-based foods to reduce violence. So, what is the relevance of these Dwiindriya Jeevas in modern times? Jain teachings, even though on two-sensed beings come from ancient scriptures, they are ancient scriptures, they have modern applications also in the field of environment, ethics, animal rights, sustainability, all these kinds of things, thoughts. Basically, it is conservation of marine life. Many mollusks, shellfish, aquatic worms are threatened by pollution, threatened by climatic change and overfishing. The principles of Jain philosophy remind us to protect even the primitive, even the smallest, even the most primitive life forms in marine, in wherever, whichever form it is. So, it emphasizes on ethical eating and sustainability. Now, modern debates around vegetarianism and veganism align with Jain values of reducing harm even to the smallest, minutest creatures. Avoiding seafood and shellfish is an example of how Jain dietary principles help in preventing the suffering of two-sensed beings. So, advancement in animal welfare. Scientific studies reveal that even simple organisms like worms can react to external stimuli in ways that indicate basic forms of consciousness. Consciousness is the key. This supports the Jain view that all living beings, they have a soul and they deserve respect and they deserve being non-violent towards them. So to conclude, the Indriya beings, though simple, they hold an important place in Jain cosmology and ethics. Their study teaches us compassion, respect for all life, and mindfulness of living in daily actions. Whatever we do, we have to be mindful with lot of apply some thought and then do things the right way. Even in modern times, Jain teachings on protecting even the smallest creatures are relevant in the context of sustainability, ethical consumption, ecological balance. All these kinds of things are very relevant. Viewers, with these thoughts on this, the Indriya beings, which is the main principle, which is the principle in Jainism, we conclude this episode. I hope this was quite interesting. Please like, share and then subscribe to my channel. Please post your comments in the comment box. Thank you viewers for your valuable time listening to this video.